I'm happy to be back. So much has changed. It's only been 2 weeks. It feels like it's been longer. We'll go over Bitcoin. We'll go over Ethereum. We got a big weekly close coming up. So we will talk about that, what I think might happen this week, and then I will get into the charts. So excited to announce, very excited to announce that going forward, my streams are going to be in partnership with Delta Exchange. So I know you've probably been seeing Delta posted a lot on Twitter recently by a bunch of other traders and influencers like myself. They're a growing exchange, growing quite rapidly actually, and I'm going to be taking my talents, just like LeBron took his talents to South Beach, I'm going to be taking my talents to Delta Exchange. So I'm really excited to be working with them. This is something that's been in the works for a little while now. We had been in conversations about working together, and we were finally able to make an agreement to make this work. And so I'm going to be partnering with them on all future streams as well as my altcoin videos. I'm also going to be trading on this exchange. So if you'd like to trade on this exchange with me, click the link that I got in the description of this video, delta.exchange/Mayne, M-A-Y-N-E. You get a 10% discount on fees, and you can get up to $30,000 in a deposit bonus. So if you deposit a certain amount of money based on kind of a sliding scale, the more money you deposit, the bigger the bonus is going to be. I believe the minimum deposit to be eligible is $5,000. A couple things you do need to know about Delta. One of the reasons I'm working with them, I am in Canada, I'm not in the US. And so Delta is an exchange that me as a Canadian can trade on very easily without a VPN or anything like that. It is available for many countries around the world in the same sense. Unfortunately, at this time, as a US resident, you would not be able to trade on this exchange. But if you're Canadian like me, if you're from Europe, if you're from Australia, you can trade on Delta Exchange. And this is where I'm going to be doing my trading. So quick overview of the platform. I mean, it's pretty straightforward. If you've used any sort of trading exchange, it works very similar. Tons of different things that you can trade on here. Tons of different altcoin pairs. You can trade futures, obviously. So with leverage, futures contracts, you can trade spot. They have move contracts, which is essentially betting on volatility. They've even got options on here. They've got yield strategies, all sorts of stuff. Everything you would expect from a trading exchange in 2021, you get here on Delta. All of your order entry stuff on the right-hand side, fully customizable chart with kind of built-in trading view tools. You got your calculator here because I know all of you use risk management, so you want to calculate your position size, where's your stop gonna go, how do you make sure you're not risking too much, all that fun stuff. I'm really excited to be working with Delta going forward. If you have any questions, obviously let me know. With that out of the way, let's get into it. If you have been watching the charts, we've made a new all-time high on Bitcoin. So we went from thinking the bull run was over to a new all-time high, all within the span of, a little over a month. So pretty crazy times right now in the crypto market. I do think that things are going to continue to look bullish. It's just a question of whether we bounce where we're at right now or if we see some sort of larger correction before we get that next leg up. I am pretty confident that we see Bitcoin trade higher than here. I don't think this is how the bull market ends and we do this. I'm not in that camp. I think any sort of bearish kind of argument of this being a lower high complacency shoulder, initially when we had this really strong reaction here, was kind of blown out of the water. But when we made the higher high and then blew out the bearish order block that caused the initial dump. At that point, if you're a bear, where's your idea wrong? And to me, it's wrong, definitely above this high. And I mean, even if it was above all-time high, we even went above there. If you haven't been bullish for any of this, now's the time to absolutely start looking to buy the dips. I know we have this big, nasty looking swing failure pattern. The weekly candle looks kind of fucked, but I don't think after this strong of a move here, that this is the candle that, completely reverses that thing. I think it's much more likely, if anything, we get some sort of pullback, maybe down into here, and then continuation to the upside, to the promised land, to Valhalla, and perhaps even a 6-digit Bitcoin. But for now, we're going to talk about some kind of intermediary kind of trade ideas. So what can we be looking for in the shorter term? What can we be looking for trade-wise this week? Setups on Bitcoin, setups on Ethereum. Let's get into the charts, guys. We have our Bitcoin 3-day chart here. So if you've been following me for a while, you'll remember that we posted this scenario when we were trading right here. We were trading right here. I posted this 3-day order block. I said, let's see if we come down, retest the OB, retest this old range high, and then launch it to new all-time highs. It played out exactly kind of as we predicted. Did I long here? Yes. Did I hold my long all the way through all-time high? No. I started trying to short or at least hedge when we came up here, because if you remember, you pull your fib from here to here. This is that sweet spot. And I said, okay, if we're going to make a lower high, I think it comes here. So I took some off the table here, but now that we've broken out of this, I'm back in long mode. So we got a good long from here to here. And now, yeah, we missed this move. That's okay. Now we're looking to get long again for the next leg up, because I do believe that this is a higher high and we're going to be making a higher low either here or maybe lower and then trade higher. That's kind of the plan. But really nice to see that very clean 3-day order block reaction, right? We came down into it, test, boom, level to level, you would have taken profit here. So even if you just did kind of your classic 3-day entry here with no lower time frame set up to get a better risk reward, this is almost a 5-hour trade just from there to there. So pretty nice trade. Happy with how the analysis played out. And, you know, obviously the fact that we just busted through this level and we're now retesting it, to me, is quite bullish. I'm leaning bull for a variety of reasons. I mean, I think this was clearly accumulation. This move out of the range and then a perfect higher low test, and then obviously expansion and another higher high, all super bullish. ETF approval, super bullish. Everything looks good for another leg up before potentially some sort of monster correction. Altcoins are holding up really well. Lots of reasons to be excited, lots of reasons to be bullish. The only really bearish scenario that I'm seeing is this current candle, right? We've had essentially a swing failure pattern of all-time high. We've got the weekly candle that's going to close quite ugly. And so naturally, I'm not surprised that people are questioning, you know, is this a double top or whatever? But personally, I think like the ugliest scenario here is if this closes how it is, which it looks like it's going to. The candle closes in 17 minutes, and I doubt it's going to close green unless something happens. Would be like a move back into here. And if that happens, right? This just looks like a low, a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low. I don't think this is bearish. I think we can come all the way into the low 50s and still look really good. It's about not losing your hat in the in-between part. You don't want to get chopped up in this downtrend here, mini downtrend, before the next leg up to, you know, another new all-time high. That's the difficult part of the game right now. I think it's clear that we go higher, but it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be a straight line. Bitcoin likes to fuck people, right? Pull it back, make people get scared, short, right? Run it back turbo. Sell it all the way off, get people scared, sell it all the way to the lows again, and then launch it, right? People start getting bullish, pull it back, launch it again. So I'm not really surprised at all if we see something like this, a bit of a pullback and a shakeout before continuation of the upside. It doesn't have to happen, but you got to be prepared if it does. So the two scenarios that I'm looking for, obviously, are going to be this zone holding here. So this was resistance. Now it could be support. So if we can hold this area, that could be all we need for the next leg up. Or if we're going to see a larger correction, this breaker here, right, is the next area of interest for me. This would be the area that I'd probably be looking to buy the higher low. And this is probably, if I'm just eyeballing it here, right around the 50% fib, right into the 50. If it goes deep, into the 6.2. So that seems like a pretty logical area for a higher low if we're going to get one. The more shallow low would be kind of more around the 382 up into, you know, here. That's the question. How deep does the pullback go? Are we going to come down to this one, or are we going to be having a brief pit stop here and then continuing, you know, kind of from where we are? I don't know yet. I'm kind of waiting to see on the lower time frames what PA looks like. You know, what kind of PA develops here? Do we get some sort of deeper pullback here where we kind of have, you know, one of these, right? Then back above, you know, maybe we get something like this, and then that's your long trigger, that's your risk, back into here. I don't know. There hasn't been enough PA, but for now, I'm leaning bullish, and it's just a matter of, okay, where are we going to find that support? And once we start showing the low time frame, wanting to kind of get back in line with that high time frame trend, that's when I'm going to start piling into longs. But I'm pretty confident that this is not the top. I think a weekly close above 60K, even though this candle looks fucked, I think a weekly close above 60K is bullish, and dips are for buying for the meantime. And right now, one trend that I'm seeing is anytime Bitcoin goes up a little bit, alts are going up a lot. So if we do get some sort of dip this week, I think that's going to be a pretty prime opportunity to get some wicked entries on altcoins. In terms of setups, looking here, 12-hour market structure is bullish. There's your low, there's your high. So we're at the lows of this range, right? So if this range is going to maintain bullishness, we've swept some lows here, it's got to go up from here. we effectively had a perfect kind of breaker, right? This is your SFP candle from over there. Here's your breaker, right? So that was a really nice breaker setup that played there. Broke down, retest, sold off. So to me, the next area of interest, I think, is right here for a potential retest. Like if this is going to go down more, there's a little fair value gap in here that hasn't been tested, and this order block hasn't been tested. So if this is going to roll over, I think it comes up here first before rolling over, if it does. And alternatively, this also gives us a very clean potential long idea. If we were to come up here and flip this zone, you just pile into longs because this order block's already been hit. I don't think it offers resistance the other way. So I'll zoom in and I'll show you what I mean. So we're in the lower part of that range here. We've got a big old gap here in price that needs to be filled. There's a fair value gap right here. I wouldn't be surprised if price comes up into here. Even if it is going to break down, I think it comes and runs these highs, fills in some of this gap before it goes down, if it is going to go down. And if it's able to get above here, I don't think this is resistance. I think if we get above here, you long it to a new high. This is kind of the area of price that I'm working with right now. This being our range, okay? We're in the lower part of a bullish 12-hour range. I now need the 1 hour to start putting in bullish market structure for me to get long. If we come up into this gap, into this bearish 12-hour order block, and we show weakness, so if we come up like this and then do one of these, right? I'd be looking to, either with a stop there or there, I'd look to short this thing into a new low. But for now, I'm not in a position. We're at the lower part of the range. We're on high time frame support. We're within that 3-day order block here, right? We're within the 3-day order block. So we're on high time frame support. So I'm looking for, the 1 hour to maybe flip bullish and give us a long trigger. This is the range that I'm watching. We are leaning bullish here. So if we can get some bullish low time frame PA here, I think we'll get a move back up to 62, 63. And then if we show weakness from there, then we can look to potentially short for another leg down. But for now, sitting on my hands, I don't really know what's going to happen yet. So I'm not going to take a trade. I'm not going to force anything, right? So Bitcoin, hopefully that's pretty clear. I'm just going to give you a quick summary and then we're going to move on to Ethereum. First area of interest for longs, we are in right now. Second area of interest for longs is going to be this one, 53, kind of 52, 53K down to about 50K. Looking for a higher low in either here or down here. That's the high time frame plan with the expectation of either this or this, okay? This is obviously the most bullish scenario. This is wipe out some, late longers who longed right into all-time high. If you're leveraged long heavily above like 62, 63K, yeah, maybe you should be scared. But I think if you're long from down here, right, or down here, I don't think you really have anything to worry about at this point. But that's the kind of high time frame outlook. Low time frame, we're still bullish on the H12. We're in the lower part of this bullish range. We have swept the lows. This looks to be like the magnet for price for me. 62 to 63K, and then we see what happens in there. I'm thinking that this candle will push up and close, and we'll at least test this order block, and then maybe we do get another leg down. Or if we come up here and we consolidate and then we flip this 63K level, I'd be looking for longs into the high and to 70. 70K Bitcoin, that's fun to say. All right, weekly just closed. So we closed as a big ugly swing failure pattern. So next target obviously is 0. I'm just kidding. I think that this could be a little bit of a trap. I don't know, maybe it's not. Big weekly swing failure pattern. What happened next? Boom. But even if that's the case, right? We should see some sort of move up here before another leg down. And then maybe, we catch a bid. I don't know. But I wouldn't think that this candle is enough information to make a decision on a macro basis that we're going way fucking lower. It's not a bullish candle by any means, but I wouldn't, sell all my spot just because the weekly closed like that. I think we want to kind of wait and see. Let some PA develop. For now, here, we either do this or we do this. That's kind of what I'm looking for. High time frame, looking to get long here or down here. If given the opportunity, the low might already be in. This could be the low. We could just trade higher, or we could come a little deeper into this zone. I don't know yet. Waiting and seeing. But for now, we're in the lower part of this 12-hour range, so I'm not looking to short here. Rather be looking for reasons to get long to at least the mid-range and potentially the top of the range. Look at the monthly chart. So yes, I understand that the weekly just closed as an SFP. Granted. But you're telling me that this is bearish? This is not bearish. I don't care what anyone says. This is an insane monthly candle, and it's not bearish at all in my opinion. And we still have time to close the monthly as a break in market structure. So as much as the weekly chart might look bearish, remember to zoom out and just realize what we just did on the high time frame here on both Bitcoin and Ethereum. If you're thinking either of these charts are bearish, I think you need to get your eyes checked. Sometimes you need to zoom out and realize that one weekly swing failure pattern in the grand scheme of things might mean jack fucking shit. This chart on the monthly looks uber bullish to me. So I wouldn't worry too much. This looks like it wants to go to 100K in the next candle. So I wouldn't get too caught up in, oh, maybe we pull back a bit first. Because, this looks like it wants to do one of these. Let's get into Ethereum. Didn't make a new all-time high. Pretty fucking close. But Ethereum looks really good to me. The setup is very similar to what Bitcoin had play out, right? We had our accumulation here. We had our breakout of the accumulation range. And then we had a big pullback right back into the range highs. That's exactly how Bitcoin played. Accumulation, breakout, retest the range highs, another leg up. So to me, Ethereum looks really good. I'm bullish. You look at the weekly, Ethereum just made a higher high. So while Bitcoin's close was ugly, Ethereum's made a higher high here on the weekly. After this big pullback, it's made a higher high. This looks like it wants to extend, and this could be one of those situations where, maybe we get an early week pullback, but then Ethereum, drags the entire market for the next leg up and actually leads the way. I don't really know for sure. We'll obviously have to wait and see, but that would be a pretty good look for alt. And obviously a pretty good look for Ethereum. And if Ethereum looks strong, that bodes well for a lot of altcoins. If Ethereum is going to have a big move and Bitcoin is going to go up as well, we could see a lot of alt USD pairs perform very well. You look at Solana, for example, it's fucking looking Chadley as fuck. It looks good to me. Like on the high time frame, Ethereum looks good. Where would I be looking to get long on Ethereum? Similar to Bitcoin, there's two kind of areas, right? One that we're interacting with right now is right here. Go watch my order block video, right? Here's your down candle, okay? That caused a break in market structure to the upside. We're now looking for bullishness here. It's already retested this. It doesn't mean it can't retest it more or come into it deeper, but this is a very clean setup. This is a high time frame order block as well. We come in here, again, I think you're looking for reasons to get long Ethereum for another leg up. And the number that jumps out to me is 5K. It's that big round number, psychological level. I think that is the next target for Ethereum, and I think that we probably get there from here. Can we go lower? Sure. But, maybe we come down to this breaker block here between 34 and 36. But this is kind of, I'm by the dip mode 100% on Ethereum here for another leg up, whether it's within this 3-day order block or potentially deeper. If Bitcoin stays above 60K, 58 to 60K, that region I'd marked out, I think this is where the low forms on Ethereum. If Bitcoin goes to 50 to 52K, which was that lower area, I would think Ethereum bottoms between 34 and 36. So those are going to be the areas that I'm looking for to get long on Ethereum. Ideally, it just holds where it is right now and it just launches and we continue the up only. But I am aware of, potentially a deeper pullback. I'm not leaving that out of the cards, down into the lower 3,000s as Bitcoin potentially drifts into the lower 50Ks. But I would much rather just, this is the pit stop and we just continue up. But looks good to me. I think Ethereum looks better than Bitcoin, to be honest with you. Where are we from a market structure perspective? There's your high. Here is your swing low, right? So this is a bullish 12-hour range here. Any sort of move, below these lows here into this, I think are a buying opportunity, to be honest with you. So we'll see if we get it, right? If we get a little bit of a dip early in the week, set the low of the week early, and then fucking Chad McChatterson our way out of here. Alternatively, if we make a higher high above here, I think you just get long towards 5K from here or from here. Looking at the hourly, I would venture to say like this is kind of where I'm watching here. So some sort of pullback in here. Could be a long, but it might already be gone, right? Make a higher high above here, and I like our shot at going and running this high, right? Up into 42 to 43K. 42 to 4,300, 4,200 to 4,300. But right now, your range on the hourly, right? 12-hour range is bullish, right? So what is your hourly market structure? Well, we just made a high here. That's your low. If we're going to see a pullback into this order block, I think it's a long. But if we make another high here, you could long an SR flip of this level. We're coming up to it right now. But again, no trade for me currently. It's too early in the week. My head is not in it. I want to wait and see some PA develop, but I'm leaning bullish across the board. Buying dips, looking for breaks of resistance, SR flips to get long. That's kind of my go-to plan for the week, is to look for reasons to get long. Let's see if we get a dip into here to long, I'll long it. Get a deeper dip into here, I'll long it. Otherwise, I'm going to wait and see if we can flip some SR levels and then get involved. But this looks pretty bullish to me. Make a high above here, 4,200, and we probably test that high again. Ethereum BTC, we're gonna get rid of all this shit. Came up, hit our level. We'd been talking about this area for a while. This move up to 0.69, and now we're just kind of consolidating here. So had our retest, came up, put in potentially a lower high, but this to me is just a big old consolidation here. So if I'm looking at this, you know, kind of what I see is this. I think this is just like consolidating before another breakout, to be honest with you. Like if the bull run is going to continue and we're going to see higher prices on Bitcoin, high prices on Ethereum, I think the target is this. Once this breaks out, maybe we have another move down, but I ultimately think Ethereum, Bitcoin goes higher. I am bullish overall on this chart. And you know, we started these videos in April a year ago, and we were talking about being bullish on Ethereum down here up into here. So we've been consistent with this just being a big uptrend in the making, right? And this has been our biggest move to the upside. I don't think that this just rolls over now. I'm in the camp of this being a higher low here and eventually another higher high. So I'm bullish on Ethereum, Bitcoin as well. Shorter term is a different story. I don't really have any price prediction for this short term right now. I think if you wanted to trade this thing, you've got a clear kind of resistance area right here that we're trading up into. So if this is able to trade a little higher, right, I think we'd come up and probably run these highs and up into this, right? The top of that kind of wedge and potentially as high as there. So what would this mean? This would mean there's a period of time where now Ethereum is going to be outperforming Bitcoin, right? So if we see another leg up across the board and this trades upwards, Ethereum is going to, USD is going to outpace Bitcoin USD. That's what's represented in this chart. Overall, I'm bullish on this thing. I think this is just consolidating before another big move up, and I wouldn't worry about getting chopped up in this thing right now. I'd kind of wait and let it resolve itself. And I think that resolution is going to be to the upside. You do have some resistance here on the 3-day chart. Based on how long this has been consolidating, I would venture to say if we're able to get above this kind of 70 level, right, 0.07, flip this and hold above here, I think that would be the end of this. And that would lead to a big breakout here. So let's wait and see, right? Because that would give us a nice low, a high, higher low. And if we get above here, I think that will lead to the higher high. But right now, coming up into some res, so let's wait and see. But if you have questions on what this chart is and how to use it, go watch my altcoin series video where I cover this specific chart, and I do another one about other alt BTC ratios. Bullish overall on FBTC. We are into resistance here. Let's see what happens, but I do believe that this consolidation eventually results in upside expansion. I wouldn't worry about that too much yet, that this thing is just going to completely retrace. I'm still of the mindset that we are in like a giga uptrend here on this pair. We had a huge move, expansion, accumulation, right? Boom, expansion. That's what I think is going to happen. Terminology does not really matter. Price is either going up, down, or sideways. That's all it can do. And right now, I believe it's going sideways before it goes up more. I think this is reaccumulation. Accumulation, expansion, reaccumulation, more expansion coming. That's kind of my high time frame thesis on FBTC. I could be absolutely fucking wrong, but we will find out soon, won't we? What's the fastest you've heard of somebody becoming a profitable trader? I get this question all the time, right? How long did it take you to become profitable? How long until I'm going to start making some money? If you're going into trading being like, oh, how soon am I going to make money? Your mindset is fucked already. If you're already being like, how long until I'm good? You're fucked. It could take years. Maybe some people pick it up faster than others, but it is a marathon. I've been trading for damn near 8 years now, and I'm still learning shit and trying to improve. I still make mistakes, right? So if you're going into this thing being like, okay, how long until I'm good, right? I think that's the wrong mindset, right? Like, go talk to any professional athlete. They don't just get to a level and stop trying to improve. I've heard of people becoming profitable in 6 months, but is that because they're profitable, or maybe they just joined during a bull run and when the market turns bear, they're going to start losing money? It takes a long time. This is a skill you're trying to learn. Don't rush it. And if you're going into it being like, how quick can I get rich, right? You're probably not going to. I think that's the wrong attitude to have. I'm verified on Twitter now, 230,000 followers. YouTube, not verified, 21,000 subs. Let's pump those numbers up. Please like my videos, share them, subscribe on YouTube, leave likes on YouTube, share the videos on Twitter, stuff like that. I really want to grow the YouTube channel. This is like, I love trading. I don't need to trade anymore. I don't have to. If I don't want to, I wouldn't have to. I wouldn't have to post on Twitter. I wouldn't have to do any of that shit. I could just do all this shit in silence. I don't even need to do it at all. But I really, 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 really enjoy making these videos. Like, this is like the highlight of my week. I love talking with you guys, interacting with you guys. I love creating the videos themselves. I've got a great editor now that I really like working with. And I genuinely enjoy these live streams, like genuinely. So, you know, I don't charge you guys anything for these. It's more just, you know, I like doing them. The fact that I'm able to get sponsors who want to help me put these on in order to, you know, share their platforms and things like that is a blessing. But go look at my YouTube channel. I was doing these videos for free for years because I like it. I really do. So please help me by, you know, using the links I leave in the description and by interacting and sharing these videos. It means a lot. What's the difference between blue tick and no blue tick? Since I have a blue check mark, I'm like one of society's elites now at this point. You know, you think Jeff Bezos, you think Bill Gates, Elon Musk, the Rothschild family, Warren Buffett, anyone who's been president, the Masons, the Illuminati. I'm in that level now. I think I'll probably become a reptile at this point. I'll get invited to one of those meetings. They'll probably turn me into one of those immortal reptiles. I'm one of the elites of the world now. Non-blue check mark people are, it's a sad existence, really. I don't even remember what life was like before the check mark. I feel different since I got verified. Why are they saying you're a Make-A-Wish? All right, you guys, you see the hair? It's called a buzz cut, okay? I'm an international man. I'm Mr. Worldwide like Pitbull. My fave Make-A-Wish kid. I'm never gonna live this down, am I? John Cena's about to give me the 5-knuckle shuffle, man, when he finds out I don't actually have cancer. Sorry guys. I will accept free money. You're not gonna make it? Get the bag. It's all about getting the bag. It's all we're doing on here. Everyone is out here trying to get a bag. Where am I and where are you? That's something you have to take up with the boy Gary Gensler or, you know, Mr. Joe Biden. And I lost a lot of brain cells hanging out with those fucking guys in Dubai. And the reason you can believe that is because I have a blue check mark and they don't. So who are you gonna believe? Blue check mark guy or regular no blue check mark guy? According to you, it might be different, but you're wrong. Yeah. That shit is funny. Mayne, did you get gay in Dubai? No, I did not get gay in Dubai. No, I've never had fucking hairline surgery. When I go fully bald, I'll just continue to shave my fucking head. Yes, I used to have a massive afro back in the day. Hold on. My lighting is fucked. That's terrible. Yeah, I believe gaps like to get filled, ladies. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding. That was disgusting. Oh, that's gross. That made me feel gross. That range also has a high time frame order black. I think you mean block. You racist. How do you feel about eating ass? I'm against it. And it sucks and I hate it. I was thinking about it for a second there. No longer. If I have any extra ass eating on my plate, I'm more than happy to pass that down your way. Yes, also relevant to your mom. Oh my God, get wrecked. My friends with Moon Carl now. No, fuck Moon Carl. Moon Carl can suck my left nut. May I catch a glimpse of your little piglets? You want to see my toes? Sorry guys. Normally it's bright out when I do these streams. The fact that John Cena might be thinking of me at all is all I need. If he's thinking of me because he thinks I have cancer, I mean, obviously not ideal, but he's still thinking of me. Yes? Who doesn't like a good tummy rub? Look at this fucking chart. Am I an island boy? Oh my God. Am I a Toronto ting? No, man. I live on the West Coast. I'm an island boy. Island boy. But I'm bullish. I think it's overall, you know, been a decent stream from my first one back. I mean, I don't know.